What is going on there, everyone? Well, this week we're going to have, I'm pretty sure it's going to be an awfully busy week with all that's going to be happening with the IG report coming out, and I think some more impeachment hearings and, more political nonsense that's going on Capitol Hill. So, let's talk about something a little bit different. I've been covering Colin Kaepernick for the better part of a year now. And man, I gotta say, this particular story puts a smile on my face because it's hilarious to me. Let's get into it. From the Pluralist. Kaepernick's NFL workout finally results in a contract for an unknown receiver he let join. Fantastic. Fantastic to see someone getting what they want. Weeks after he blew off his NFL tryout to instead work out for the media, Colin Kaepernick still doesn't have an NFL job or even any known prospects. Kaepernick's agent Jeff Nally recently told ESPN that he sent footage of the former star quarterback's performance to all 32 NFL teams, but he found zero potential takers. His lawyer, Mark Geragos, later claimed two teams still might be interested, but he did not name them. Yeah, you're not gonna name teams that aren't actually gonna pick you up. According to Nally, Kaepernick 32 was thinking about following the NFL owners to a March summit in Palm Beach, Florida, in a bid to regain their attention. Dude, he is so tainted, no one's gonna pick him up. No one's going to pick him up in their right mind. He even showed with this little publicity stunt that he tried to pull that he's not interested in anything to do with the NFL. He's interested in marketing himself. That's all that was. It was a self-promotion thing. The NFL gave him a shot, sent all the representatives from all the teams. So what does he do? He says, no, the NFL told him, you can't have your own personal cameras there because this is technically an NFL event. So we're going to film it. Well, he didn't like that idea because, he wouldn't be able to self-promote the way he intentionally wanted to do from this. So he said, no, screw that. I'm not doing that. We're going to go over to this high school gym down the road, and we're going to do it there for I can have my cameras there for I can self-promote. Well, guess what? Yeah, that didn't sit well with the representatives that showed up from the NFL teams or the NFL themselves, They took time out of their busy schedules to kind of, bend the knee a little bit towards this Kaepernick fella. For what? I don't know. I don't even know why they entertained it at all. But they did. And once he decided last minute to move it to a different venue, only 7 of the 32 teams followed. Meanwhile, in a potential embarrassing development, Kaepernick's stunt has paid off for another player attempting an NFL comeback. This is hilarious to me, and I love it, and I hope he actually goes far because, it would just be rubbing dirt into Kaepernick's face, which I think should happen because he's an activist, not a football player, and I hate what he did to the image of the NFL because I actually like the NFL. The Washington Post reported Wednesday that a little-known wide receiver whom Kaepernick invited to his workout to catch passes was signed to the Washington Redskins practice squad. Jordan Veazey, 24, appeared in a viral video from the workout in which Kaepernick threw him a deep strike in the end zone of the Atlanta area high school. Kaepernick fans hailed the clip as proof he still has game, but NFL teams took note of Veazey. Yeah, I don't know if y'all have actually watched. If this even interests you, first off, I don't know. A lot of people don't even care about football anymore. But if you actually watched this little practice session they did, Kaepernick didn't look that good. He was kind of sloppy. You got to think, there was no defense on the field at all. It was just him and receivers, and he was muffing passes here and there. I mean, kind of sloppy. The throws weren't tight, and he had no one coming after him. If you put people coming after him, he's going to look way worse. So Yeah, it wasn't a good look for him. Some of the receivers did look pretty good, but I mean, they weren't even all the best. That's why the guy got, for the practice squad. We'll see. I don't know. But even getting onto a practice squad in the NFL is a pretty good little career moment. It's not big money, but it's money nonetheless. And you're doing what you apparently love to do, which this receiver apparently loves football. Kaepernick, on the other hand, I don't believe so. Because if he did, he wouldn't be causing all this nonsense still to this day. He believes in activism and self-promotion way more than he believes in playing football. It's not about football, it's about him. And NFL's about teams and communities and stuff like that. And he's just not a team player. He is literally all about himself. That's why I'm glad to see this happening, where he put on this big stunt for self-promotion, and what he ended up doing is highlighting receivers, which is hilariously funny. Hilariously funny. That's an oxymoron. Never mind. It helped, said Veazey, who heard from at least 2 teams following the workout. That's one of the reasons I wanted to be part of it. Just being part of the history of it. And I knew it was going to help me. According to the Post, Veazey met Kaepernick a few years earlier at the University of California, Berkeley. That explains that sentence right there explains a whole lot of why Kaepernick acts the way he does and why he has this mentality that he does. Look where he went to college. UC Berkeley? UC Berkeley makes nothing but activists and really unhinged people come out of there. Really bad. Oh, no wonder he's so out of control. I met him in UC Berkeley in a class about black representation in our popular culture. Veazey was playing for the college football team, and Kaepernick was auditing the course while still playing with the 49ers. While the report did not specify the year the 2 athletes met, Kaepernick's last year in the NFL was 2016, when he was riding the bench in San Francisco, the organization that drafted him. It was that season that Kaepernick began kneeling during the national anthem to protest police violence against black Americans. The move inspired fans and angered critics, including President Donald Trump. Well, the reason it angered a lot of people is because the whole thing was based on a false pretense. It was that hands up, don't shoot, which, in that case, who was it? Freddie Graham? I think it was Freddie Graham or Freddie Gray. But in that case, the reporting was false from the beginning. He didn't have his hands up. He was actively fighting the police, trying to go after one of the cops' guns when he was shot and killed. Which, it's always sad to see a life taken, but when you're attacking the police, that's probably exactly what's going to happen. You're going to get shot. I don't always agree with the way police handle situations, especially when someone is unarmed, but when they are trying to arm themselves with the police officer's weapon, I understand. But yeah, so the whole pretense of his kneeling and everything was kind of wrong from the get-go. And I think that's what angered a lot of people. But who knows? Most of these people didn't actually do any research on the cases that were cited to start this whole thing. After the season ended, Kaepernick left the 49ers. He has been unable to secure a new contract in the 3 seasons since. Kaepernick and his supporters have accused the NFL of blackballing him over his activism. But critics have suggested it's natural. There's little demand for an aging quarterback with a penchant for controversial self-promotion. I agree. You can't have that, Like I said, the NFL's a team thing. You're just a player on a team. It's not supposed to revolve around you, and that's what he wants, the world to revolve around him. Veazey, for his part, has been hustling to stay in the league since going undrafted out of Berkeley in 2016. Last month, weeks after being cut from the Buffalo Bills practice squad, he got Kaepernick to let him drive down to Atlanta to participate in the quarterback's scheduled workout. Some 25 teams, okay, so it wasn't 32, excuse me, that was a mistake on my part. Some 25 teams sent representatives to witness Kaepernick's big moment. But when he canceled and relocated the event at the last minute, complaining about the league's terms, It was simply because he wanted to bring his own cameras. That was it. That was the term that he says bothered him. Yeah, only 7 teams followed him to the new location. The Redskins were one of the teams on hand, and they liked what they saw from him. Last week, offered him a spot on their practice squad. No workout required. And I'm talking about VZ, not Kaepernick. As Kaepernick waits for his own offer, he's kept busy with social justice activism. Last week, he celebrated Un-Thanksgiving with Native American protesters on Alcatraz Island in San Francisco Bay. The next day, he shared a slickly edited video of the event, which he condemned the United States as a stolen country. And that's why you're not on an NFL team. That's why you will probably never amount to anything but a stain on the NFL, a stain on our country. I mean, come on, man. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. So, being an activist for the black community wasn't enough. Now you're a Native American activist also. Why can't y'all just be happy? Yes, we've had a rocky past in this nation. All nations have. Building nations is not easy. There will be mistakes made. Horrible mistakes. But the thing is we've overcome those mistakes. We've made things better for everybody. For all involved. Stop dwelling on the negative. Be part of the positive. I just don't get it. I really hate activism nowadays. I really hate it. It's we're in a sad state, but I tell you what, this story makes me so happy. So happy. Anytime I see Colin Kaepernick get pushed aside, it kind of makes me smile. And I know it's not the Christian thing to do, and I probably shouldn't do that, but I am but human. We're all flawed. But yeah, so this big publicity stunt that Kaepernick tried to pull got one of his friends noticed instead. Good on him. I hope VZ goes somewhere. I hope he actually makes it a little bit. He's still young. He's 24 years old. He's got a pretty good career. 32-year-old trying to come in as a quarterback, a starting quarterback. It's not a good look. 32, that's a middle-aged quarterback already. So, not a good look. Kaepernick, if you really were serious, you would stop all this activism. You would get your head in the game that you so much want to be a part of. At least you exclaim that. And you become a football player instead of an activist. But you don't want to be a football player, do you? You want to use the big platform that is the NFL to self-promote. And they're not having that. They're not having that. We're not having it. Love to hear your comments, and as always, like, share, and subscribe. I will catch y'all on the flip side.